Check it out. Isn't it gorgeous? And we're going to do the inside in the envelope. Join me in the craft room and I'll show you how. I still don't have my lighting fixed up, so I hope this isn't too bad. But I have today, my One Color Wonder is using accented blooms, and I'm specifically going to use this one. I haven't decided on a sentiment in there yet. I have to figure it out. I might use the Hello, I haven't decided, but that and Gorgeous Grape. So I have a piece of Whisper White that's 3.5 by 3.5, and I have a piece of Gorgeous Grape that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have my piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. I have my envelope, and I'm going to use some of the glitter enamel dots. These are actually in Gorgeous Grape, so I'm going to use some of those. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my stamp and stamp it on here. And this is a big stamp, so I'm taking my pad to my stamp so I can see what I've inked, and I've got it all inked. Now, hopefully this will work, and get this lined up so that it's straight. So I stamp it straight and not crooked, which I have a tendency to do. And when I might be able to cut this down a little. All right, let's see. Ah, there we go. All right, so I have it all stamped, and I'm going to leave it at that, but I am going to cut this down. So let me do that, and I'll tell you the dimensions. Okay, when I cut this down, it ended up to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I would suggest when you do this, you use the 3.5 by 3.5 because it gives you a little bit of extra in case you need it. Now, this is going to be a clean and simple card. This is going to go on here like so, but I do need a sentiment, and I'm going to use some Wink of Stella to add some color to my flowers. Not color, but sparkle, because you know me, I like my sparkle. And this will also cause the flowers to, for lack of a better term, bleed a little, so it gives it a little bit of interest. I'm not going to do the leaves because I don't want the leaves to bleed, so I'm just going to do the flower so that it gives it a little bit of color. But that's a, you know, using like Wink of Stella is a great way to add some color and sparkle to your image. And I gotta see, is that, nope, that's not. I was looking to see if there was a petal back there, but I don't think there is because I don't see the other piece. Okay. And it's just giving it a really faint hint of purple, which adds another dimension and another color without using another color. So that's a great tip for you to get some extra color added. All right, now make sure you clean this off, because if not, the purple will go up in there and then you'll have a purple one that you can't use for anything else. All right, can you see the sparkle? Hopefully you can. All right, that's gonna go on there, but I need a sentiment. Let me see what I can find. I pulled out my beautiful bouquet and I found this. I couldn't have picked a better friend than you, so I'm going to use that one. I wanted something fairly large when I did this because this is a large space in here. Now what you could do if you really wanted to add some interest, and I think I might do that, I'm going to pull out the tailored tag punch. I grabbed another piece of the grape, I'm going to punch that out. I'm going to stamp my sentiment on here, and I'm going to punch it out, but then I'm going to have to cut it down because I want to put it on top of this, and I'm going to pop this up. This will also help me get it in there just right. So I'm going to pull the bottom down. It looks centered. We'll find out. Then what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to kind of even the two of those out and cut this off. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here on the other end. And I'm going to, I'm trying to make this side and this side as even as I possibly can. Okay, now let's see how this worked. And it's just a tiny bit off. I'm going to see if I can't cut some more off this side. I'm not going to worry about that end, but I do want some more off of here. It's got to be straight though, or it's going to look funny. Okay. All right, I got that side. Now let's see if I can get some off of the top. Maybe I have to do it down here on this bottom. No, I have to do it off the top, or it's going to be cut. This may not work. Let's see. Not bad. It's off a little bit down here, but that's okay. I think it'll work. All right. My suggestion, I'm going to try doing it, is to cut off of both sides. See if I can move it over a little. There we go. And I just cut off a tip. I mean, it doesn't affect it much at all. You still see the sentiment. Let me get my glue. Put some glue on the back. And there we go. And there's a little bit more on this side. If it bothers you, then you just take and you snip off a little tiny bit, just like that. That's what you get when you start playing with the punches, but you know, you can usually make it work. All right, now let me fold my cardstock here. All right, there. Now I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, if I can find them. And I'm using some that came in a paper pumpkin because I have a ton of them. You can also use, which I will do sometimes just because I like to, I'll use foam tape just because you can use a whole strip on the back. When you have a bigger image, that's a good thing to use. a good way to, let me see, let me put one here and here. It's a good way to give it extra support. Like this area could be iffy when it goes through the mail. It could get crushed. I probably should have staggered the two in the middle. That's why I like the foam tape, because it does give it some extra support. Or fun foam. I love using fun foam on things like bigger pieces like this, because it's just so much easier. You put the foam behind the whole thing and you got it set. All right, so there's that. Now I need some dimensionals on here. And I need to cut it because I need another one. I don't know if I'll need two, so I'll cut. I think I'm okay with just one. Yep, there we go. All right, let me pull these off and throw them in my bin. Like my bin? It's almost gorgeous grape. See? So close. My daughter had those and she left them, so I took them. I confiscated them. All right, I'd have to ask her where she got it from. All right, there we go. Look at that. Now I need my glitter dots. And let me get this out. And I'm going to use 3 right down the side. I'm going to use, and I will tell you with some of these, it's easier to kind of pick it up. And if I had my, it came with the pokey tool and the piercing mat. It was from years ago, but it had a little frame that you could use to add a pattern. It's great for making sure that these go on in a straight line. But if you bend that plastic, you can get your pokey tool underneath and it doesn't go flying everywhere. So there we go, ladies. What do you think? And I did the inside in the envelope. All right, let's see what we're going to do next week. All right, let me see. I have Beautiful Day, okay. And what color are we going to do Beautiful Day in? Oh, Blushing Bride. Very pretty. I hope you've enjoyed my creation today. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share. I don't mind at all. Join me next week as I do Beautiful Day in Blushing Bride. Have a great day.